Hi artists. Now we're on level B of the Paint Center, so I'm going to tilt you down and show you what to do. Alright, can you see okay from there? That looks pretty good. Okay, level B of our Painting Center. It's kind of hard to read, but I'm going to read it for you. It says, level B right here, I can draw, then paint, know which brush to use for details and which to use for big areas, and use the right amount of water. Painting level B. Let's get started. All right, we've got our half a sheet of paper. We know what to do. Miss Olson's putting her name at the top. You put yours. This is the Painting Center purple painting, and it's level B, just like that. All right, step one. This is where we play and explore. Now, it says to draw, then paint. So let's try that first. Looks like I made a smiley face right there. Okay, we're going to draw something first and then paint it. So let's try just drawing first. Maybe I want to make a little, I don't know, here's a yin-yang symbol. You make whatever it is you want. It doesn't matter. I'm going to draw something first, and then I'm going to paint it, right? So I've got my pencil. I'm going to put that away. Know which brush to use. Let's see. I've got some different brushes here. Notice some are really big, and some are very small. Now for big areas, I want to use a big paintbrush. For small details, I'll of course use this smaller brush, but let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and start with my large paintbrush. You can see my water. I'm going to wake up this paintbrush. I have to make sure that the paintbrush is wet. And remember, wipe it on the lip. Wet it, wipe it on the lip. All right, I'm going to make blue. I'm going to get some blue. Now I've already had some water in there. You might want to make sure that you've got enough water. Notice I'm not pressing too hard into that paint. Once I have enough blue soaked up onto my paintbrush, I'm ready to paint. Now this is a big paintbrush. Would I try to get those small areas? Now I'm going to get some area around my drawing first. Look at how big of an area that takes up very quickly around my drawing, right? I can get right to my lines using my watercolor, just like that, right? Now if I add some more water to it, I can cover a lot of area very quickly using large paintbrush. Wash it, wipe it on the lip. Now I want to get inside here, but I don't want to use a big paintbrush. Instead, I'm going to use a medium-sized paintbrush, right? Here's my different sizes right here. So I'm going to pick a medium-sized paintbrush to get our medium-sized areas. So I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to wet it. Here's some nice red today. Let's try that. Remember, I'm not pressing too hard. Adding just the right amount of water. Okay, I've got some red loaded up, and I'm ready. I have to go kind of slowly around here, because I notice that I have a detail little space in the middle. So I'm going to leave some space around it. Right, and I'm going to go around, filling in those areas. If I want to get those really tiny areas, I can use my small paintbrush as well. I'm going to go around my areas, just like that. Wash, wipe it on the lip. Let's switch to the smaller brush. All right, here's my small brush. Wipe it. Let's see, let's use purple right in there. All right, I'm going to wake up my purple so it's dry. I add a little water, make a puddle. Make a puddle. Now with a small brush, I can really get in there, get some small area, right? If I wanted to go back and cover up that area with red, wash, wipe, grab my red. This is where I can slowly go around using a small paintbrush for those details, best I can, right? Just like that. Wash and rinse like that. Okay. So we have discovered which brush to use for which areas. We can draw first and then paint, and we're learning how to use the right amount of water, right? So once we've played and explored a little bit with that, again, just give it a go and try to use your thick brush for some big areas, right? That colors in very quickly. If I know I have a big paper, I want to use a bigger brush. And if I have small details, I'm going to try to use my smaller brush, right? This is great for making those patterns we talked about before. and those detail lines clean and crisp. All right, once I've played and explored, now I'm ready for step 2, which means what do I want to make for my mini piece of art? Right down here, draw it first, whatever it is. I want you to draw it out this time. Really draw in those details so that you can decide how you want to use large paintbrushes and small paintbrushes and use just the right amount of water in your work. And with that, happy art making. Bye.